We're live in this bitch. We're live in this motherfucker. The crying never ends. I don't know what's going on with Iran. I don't pay much attention to it. It is what it is. Don't pay much attention to that stuff. To be honest with you. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, happens. Nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do about it. This is what it is. Is what it is. I got Junie to get on the Twitter space earlier. He sounds so defeated, I'll be honest with you. You can tell that you could see it. The writing's on the wall. And it's only going to get worse. There's going to be two groups of liberals soon. A group that is completely violent and unhinged. They're already here, but the rest of them are going to have to make a choice. Stand with the violence or get the fuck away from it, condemn it, and run for the hills. And I see a lot of liberals turning on Democrats. I'm telling you, you're heading towards a major attack by either a Democrat or some type of terrorist organization. That border was left wide fucking open for 4 years. And some of the worst people in the world came over that motherfucker. And that's all Democrats. They've left us vulnerable. An attack is inevitable. And when it happens, it's the end of your party. Your party will be gone. And that'll be the end of it. Because the American people will not stand for y'all anymore. If you are a Democrat, distance yourself. Stop sitting on social media screaming, hyperventilating. Shut up. Because when it happens, we're all going to look at you people. We're all going to say, do something about him. And they will do something about you. If you want to understand what it'll be like being a Muslim after 9/11, where society will be, they hate you. And you've done this to yourself. I tried to stop you from doing it, but I think we're too late now to stop it. I think it's inevitable. It's coming. I would get out of every major city. I've been telling you that for years. Get out of the major cities. There's two. They're full of illegal aliens. They're full of bad people. Get out while you can. The violence will only escalate from the left. They have nothing else. They have literally nothing else. The lies ain't working anymore. They're never going to work again because they don't have social media control. Get ready. Get ready. I've been warning about it for years. I'm telling you, we're getting close. I listen to Junie talk for what 45 minutes a day or so, and he didn't have anything. He has nothing. As I said, as I've been saying, they have nothing anymore. There's no talking points. There's no arguments. They have nothing, and I have everything. There's nothing I can't answer. There's nothing that I didn't have a response to that he said, and he sounded defeated. If you wouldn't have elected Biden, we wouldn't even be here right now. Trump would have never won again. January 6th might mean something, but you rioted and you've committed so much violence that now that's dead in the water. Nobody cares about hearing about that. You cannot complain about a riot for 4 years and then riot immediately. You know what I mean? That's insane. That's insane. The liberals said there was no violence going on. Now they're saying Trump caused the violence. You can't have it both ways. This talking out of both sides of the mouth is not going to work, guys. I'm telling you, you got to get yourselves together. I've never seen such a mess in my life. As I've been saying, it's okay to calm. Like, Junie doesn't understand. I was like, you need to stop protesting. He's like, what are you talking about? That's our right as an American and all this horseshit. I'm not saying you should lose your right to protest. I'm saying you should think strategically so you can win elections, dude. Protesting is not working for you. You're literally creating new Trump voters, new JD Vance voters, new Republican voters by protesting. Don't you understand that? Because the way you're protesting is not right. You're not being right. The rioting and violence is one thing, but that's a separate issue. There are peaceful protesters, so-called peaceful protesters. Here's the problem. They are peaceful too. They're not bashing people's cars in. They're not, doing things like that, but they're what I call annoying protesters. There are peaceful protesters who stand on the sidewalk, hold their sign, protest correctly. And then there are rioters, and then there are annoying protesters, and that's like standing in traffic, blocking people's cars, keeping people from getting to their jobs. That behavior helps Trump, helps Republicans. And you guys are doing a lot of that. There's a video going around on social media, some black woman arguing with one of these fucking dorks standing in the road blocking traffic. And they are so condescending and smug to her. She will vote Trump, or she will vote Vance or Republican or whatever. You are turning people off. People who are on your side, for the most part, you are pushing them away. You continue to do it. You've been doing it. I used to be on your side. You pushed me away, and then you claimed I was brainwashed. You refused to admit that you did this to me, that you put me here. There is no accountability for your behavior. Not at all. And you're going to regret acting like this. I'm telling you. How many more times you got to get smacked around before you realize that you're doing it all to yourself? Well, they're going around in ICE vans and they're picking people up. Yeah. Oh, I'm well aware of what's going on, Junie. Who told you that would happen? Who told you that we would get here if you didn't stop? Me. I told you that you were going to. I told Junie years ago that if he did not stop, if the liberals did not stop, we would all live under Christian, Republican, one-party rule. And I stand by that prediction. Now, I'll be all right living under that. I'll survive. Some of you will not. You will not be able to handle that. But you keep pushing us there. I just, I don't know what else how to get through to you that you're pushing us there. I don't necessarily want to live under that, but I'd rather live under that than your insane woke madness. So if I have to choose, I'm choosing the Christians and their theocracy and their whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm choosing that. Now, 10 years ago, I would have never chose that. The first step that you all have to make is to realize that you did that. You got to stop blaming Trump. You got to stop blaming Republicans. You got to stop pretending I'm not brainwashed. I promise you that. You are. I'm not. Never have been, never will be. I just see the writing on the wall. And I'm just a regular person. I have two choices. I can live under liberal rule, people that have told me they hate me and want to kill me repeatedly for my beliefs, for my opinions, or I could just live under the Republicans. And what? There won't be pornography, who cares? Quite frankly, I don't care. Ban it all. I really don't, you know what I mean? There won't be abortion. Don't care about that either. You guys have really fucked up. I don't think we can come back from it. I really think that we are heading down the path of Republicans completely taking our country over, Democrats losing complete power. Maybe might hold power here and there in some state or whatever, but man, they're done. They're done on a federal level, I feel. I think all this dick riding for illegals is really a bad optics. It's really bad. You claim to care about American citizens and all these things, but you only seem to care about illegals. I mean, you seem to really care about illegals. And I think you're showing the average Democratic voter that, wow, these people don't care about me either. They only seem to care about illegal aliens. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. And normally it wouldn't be a good look to send ICE agents out and round these people up and da-da-da-da-da. Normally, in normal times, you would be able to throw a temper tantrum and everybody would go, yeah, I guess you're right. That's not the right thing to do. That's not the right way to handle it. But you have created a crisis. You allowed 10 million to come over the border in 4 years. We had terrorists, all these things coming over. We know for a fact we have terrorists coming over the border. Drugs and you want us to have all this empathy for some little girl with cancer was deported with their mother. Don't think about the guilt tripping. Don't think about the play to your morals and your emotions. Think objectively about what you just heard and ask yourself this. How come an illegal alien's child gets cancer treatment, but we got American citizens' kids die of cancer? We got American citizens get cancer, die from it, can't get no treatment whatsoever. What the fuck's going on here? Why is an illegal alien child? First of all, why are they even in our country? And they're in our country and they're getting all this treatment, all this money being spent on them. And I want the little kid to get cured of cancer. That's not what it's about. It's just about asking the question of, well, when are we going to get something? We live here. This is our country. When are we going to be put first? Because I know there's a lot of parents out there that can't get no treatment for their kids for nothing. They can't get anything. They struggle every day to feed the kid, take care of the kid, get the kid to the doctor, yada, yada, yada. They got to pay all this stuff out of their pocket. They struggling. Then you hear about illegal aliens sitting on welfare. Section 8. Food stamp. Apparently got free health care too. You think cancer treatment is cheap? It's not cheap. Not cheap at all. And they act like we took the kid and just put her on a plane, flew. No, went home with mama. Well, mama said she wanted the kid to stay. Who's going to take care of the kid? It's her kid. You know what I mean? Like, is the government? I don't think you want the government taking that kid and doing God knows what with it. So, yeah, an unfortunate situation, but who created that situation? Well, it wasn't me. It hasn't been me spending 8 years pushing open borders. No, that was you. You did that. So I'm just asking for a little self awareness. I'm asking for a little accountability. I know that's hard for y'all, but own this. Own this moment that you put us in. Own it. Own it. Quit trying to guilt trip us for voting for Trump. You gave us no choice but to vote for Trump. Kamala fucking Harris? We just had 4 years of that. And we all had to struggle those 4 years. We had to deal with the prices and the bullshit. No apology. No, hey, I was wrong. I shouldn't have voted for Biden. Sorry I did that, you know. Doesn't mean you like Trump, but, you know, it's a step in the right direction for your party. But no apology. Nothing. You're just going to keep lecturing. You're just going to keep running your mouth. My bad. I had to respond to a text, and then I came back in the app, and it shut the app off. What the fuck? I told Junie, I said, you can actually listen to this too if you'd like to listen to this conversation. It's on Twitter. It's on my X account. It's a X space. If you scroll down, you'll find it. I'd say I'd put a link in the description after I stream, but you know I won't. I forget. So why even say that? Why lie? Why lie about it? Yeah, Junie was talking about that. They arrested some U.S. citizens. I don't know how true that is. You know, this is what I was talking about in all those debates when I said credibility matters. Credibility is so important. You can be wrong, right? You may get on and you may talk and say some stuff, and you may be wrong. More information may come out later. You could be wrong, but being wrong and being a liar, two different things. There's nothing wrong with being wrong, having the wrong information, going off on a rant or something, and then ending up wrong later if you come out and say, "Yeah, I was wrong. Guess I was wrong on that." It's the lying that's the problem. And you've destroyed your credibility to a point where I wish I could just believe you when you say, "Yeah, U.S. citizens have been arrested." I wish I could just go, "Damn, are you kidding me? That's crazy." But I can't. Because deep down I know that you're lying. I just know it. I know it because it always goes that way. I can't remember the last time a liberal told me something and I looked into it and they were right. I can't even remember. I don't think it's happened in 10 fucking years. You know, there was a time when I would say, let the good people stay. Let the good illegals get a path to citizenship. Do you ever wonder how you pushed a guy like me to this point where I'm at now? When are you going to stop coping saying Trump brainwashed you? If you've watched this stream long enough, you know I go off on Trump all the time. You know I've attacked Trump, talked shit about Trump. You know that. You know that. So that's nonsense. That's complete fucking bullshit. It has really nothing to do with Trump. Trump didn't convince me of nothing. I've observed you motherfuckers, and this is what I saw. This is what I've seen. I used to say, yeah, deport the criminals. Of course, deport the violent criminals. But let the good people stay, right? Let good people stay. But now I realize that you can't do that either. You got to protect the workers. You've got to protect American citizens. You have to. This is what it is. What was Jacob Larson telling? What did he say earlier? They raided some factory and over half of the workers were illegal. If you're wondering why you can't get a good paying job, it's because all the illegals are taking them because they're willing to work for less than you are. And if you got all these illegals out of here, our wages would go up. In fact, there was a CBS News a couple of years ago admitted that. I covered it on the stream. CBS News wrote an article and admitted that our wages would go up if we deported all the illegals. That's all I really need to hear, quite frankly. I can get more money, and the liberal media is admitting it. Well, Trump says it. Liberal media says it. They're coming together. They both agree on that. So must be true then, huh? Must be true. Must be some truth to that. And just thinking about it, it makes a lot of sense. If you can't hire cheap illegal labor, you'd have no choice. What are they going to do? Shut their business down? Oh, they're going to get AI. Not everybody can afford AI shit and robots and shit, bro. Not everybody can do that. And I don't know if we're fully there yet with the robots and the AI. We're getting close, but I don't think we're there all the way yet for that to just take all our jobs. Man, it's going to get worse. I'll tell you what. The liberal is going to get so much worse. The liberal is distance yourself now. I'm telling you. When have I been wrong? When have I been wrong? Distance yourself. I'll give you more evidence to support this. If you've been paying attention to the news, what's these Chinese people coming in our country trying to bring these viruses in, trying to bring funguses in? You heard about this? Have you heard about this? Google this. Chinese people coming in our country got funguses, got some type of fungus that if it gets in our food supply, eradicate our food supply. Then they caught another Chinese woman trying to come in. She had some other type of thing. Can't remember what it was, but she had something else, some type of biological agent, some type of chemical, something she had. And they up to something, man. They're gonna pull something. And it's gonna backfire on y'all. If you try to pull another COVID stunt, it's not gonna work this time. We're all on to you, man. We're on to you. I'm not saying the average liberal's involved in this. Junie's not getting funguses. Junie doesn't want to destroy our food supply. He's not insane. But if they get something into this country and do something, he's the guy that's going to get manipulated and brainwashed into thinking MAGA did it, or this fucking did it, or it's Trump's fault. I don't see how it's Trump's fault that an illegal alien is trying to smuggle bad things into our country. If there's anyone that's going to stop that, it's Trump. It ain't fucking Democrats, that's for sure. These things are scary. Liberals like to mock you for being scared of this. Yeah, I'm scared of funguses being brought into our country by terrorists and our food supply being eradicated. That's something to be afraid of. Yeah. Considering it's in the news not once but twice in the last 2 weeks that they're trying to do it, seems like something to be worried about. Are you scared of some illegal alien bashing you in the head with a brick? I mean, not where I live, but that's a possibility. But Hell, I'm worried about an American citizen bashing me in the head with a brick. You know what? Lock up any violent lunatic. And you want to talk about the January 6th so goddamn much. Well, he pardoned. I've already explained this to you. Political arrest result in political pardons. And it's important to touch on this because it's funny to me that when we talk about the LA riots, now we have, see, I'm fair. I give it to you straight. There are peaceful protesters out there. There are people just peacefully protesting. And I don't count blocking people's cars as peaceful. I feel like that's harassment to me. But there are people doing peaceful. Sidewalk, got the sign, peaceful. They're doing their little chants. That's peaceful. You got the right to do it. I don't think it's helping you. I think it's actually hurting you. But you have the right to do it. But when you got to understand something, though. The right-wing people, they ain't going to show the peaceful protest. They going to show the dork holding hands, blocking people's cars. That's what they're going to show. They're going to show the fire. They're going to show the looting. This is why it's important when these types of things start happening, Democratic leaders come out and say, no, 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 no violence, condemn violence. Matter of fact, everybody needs to go home right now till we get things under control, and then we can protest. But we got to get these, and I'm telling you, some of these people, they're not liberals. I got news for you. They're not even liberals. They're agent provocateurs. The same thing. There is no doubt in my mind that the same thing you had on January 6th happens in every single protest. You have provocateurs. They may be from government. They may be from activist groups, whatever. They may be anarchists. But when these people show up to your protest and start getting violent, time to go home so you don't get lumped in with them. That doesn't mean you can't protest. It just means let's go home. Let's let the police get rid of these violent lunatics, and we'll come back tomorrow when the violent lunatics are gone, and we'll protest then. Now, that's good political strategy, because what you guys are doing is giving the right wing everything they want. You're just fucking giving it to them. It's so stupid. If you watch my streams, you would realize what not to do. Anytime you hear me happy about what you're doing, do the opposite. Make no mistake, I want you to lose. Make no mistake, I never want you to hold power again. If I tell you what you're doing is helping Trump, take it to the bank, because it is. It is. Well, Donald Trump sent the troops in, and he calls the violence. No, the violence started before the National Guard got there. That we have pictures and videos of it. We know that. So, God, you got to stop lying. I get the urge to lie, but it doesn't work. It definitely doesn't work in the age of social media and AI. I mean, you could go think about this, Junie. Think about this. I want you to think about this. If you tell me something, I can immediately go to AI and ask the question, is this true? In seconds, AI will print out a big old list of shit. It'll tell me everything I need to know. It'll tell me if you're lying or not. It'll tell me the facts. It's not going to tell me what I want to hear. It's just going to tell me the brutal truth about it from what I've seen with the grok and stuff. So not only do you not control social media anymore so other people can chime in and tell the truth, now AI can just immediately tell the truth. That's also dangerous too, though. I feel like people's putting a lot of faith in AI, Look at any tweet. Look at any tweet about the news or whatever, and go under the tweet and read the comments. You'll see people asking Grok, is this real? Is this true? Now, while that seems like a useful thing, that could be used against us, because the people that control the AI, they're powerful people, and they have an incentive to lie to us and manipulate us. We're entering a very dark time with the AI. The AI is no good at all. That's one of the things about that big, beautiful bill that I just don't know how I feel about, the AI stuff in it. I don't really know what that's about. I've heard some people say, well, we don't want California to regulate it, but I'll be back. Hey, how's my mic sound, huh? Every time I wear these headphones and I talk, people say it don't sound good. What do you think? What do you think about this headphone mic? Take the headphones out and just talk through the phone mic, or leave them in? You tell me. You tell me. I'm gonna smoke a blunt. Trump was right about COVID at this point. I mean, come on now. In hindsight, we should have opened Easter 2020 like Trump wanted. In hindsight, 100%. You got to take the L on COVID. Come on. You got to take the L on it. COVID and the lies about COVID destroyed faith in the medical system. And as I told you earlier, sometimes you need medicine. There might even be some vaccines that are good. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but I don't take any vaccines. I don't get flu shots or whatever. I don't go to the doctor much at all. When I die, I die, whatever. I don't care. But I mean, if I feel really bad, I'll go to the doctor, but it is what it is. I don't care. I don't know how much I trust doctors anymore, really. I think there's a lot of lying in the medical community, a lot of money. Anytime you got money, there's going to be lying and bullshit going on. So, um, now if I was really sick and I went to the doctor and they said, "Hey, you need antibiotics," I can argue with them, but I'm not taking vaccine, flu shot, or any of that stuff. But there might be some vaccines that are good. The problem is you've discredited vaccines with your behavior and your lies. So now, this is what you got. Sorry. I'm sorry it has to be this way, but I didn't do it. You know I didn't do it. Hush. What are you barking at? What's going on? What's going on? We'll kill him. What's going on? What's happening? We'll stab him. That knife go right through you. Come out the other side of your back. Get you right in the stomach. Ah! Ooh! Come out your back like, oh, fuck! Feel like you're in a Rambo movie or something. That's the sound you'd make too. Oh, fuck! Junie, are you getting on that Twitter Spaces again? The people want you to answer for these things. The people got a lot to say. Kind of feel sorry for you, Junie, because man, you're so defeated. You know, you really are kind of defeated. I could hear it in your voice. You know, deep down, you don't want to admit it, but you know, deep down, Joe Biden fucked you. He fucked up so many of your arguments and stuff. Like, there's just certain things you can't say because I'll just go, "What about Biden? What about what Biden did?" And then it's like, ugh, you're right. Fuck. I wish I had that live stream. If someone can find this live stream, it's got to be out there somewhere. It's right after the 2020 election. Everybody's on my ass. And it's me for like an hour explaining to these morons how they lost, what's to come, and how by the time we get done with 4 years of Biden, ain't nobody going to vote for a Democrat. And that's exactly what happened. And I remember people in there going, "Cope, you're coping with the loss. You're coping." I don't cope. It doesn't do you no good, so I don't do that. And if Joe Biden would have done a good job, I'd have said so. I'd have said, "Damn, Joe Biden ended up being a great president." I kind of like Joe Biden, to be honest with you. Not for his policies or the thing. Just he does this a likability. Like when he put the Trump hat on, there's something about Biden. You can understand why he won the election. You really can. You can understand there is a likability to him. There is something about Biden that, it's kind of, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's just something about him that you're like, yeah, he's all right. He ain't the worst motherfucker ever in the world. I don't have Biden derangement syndrome. I kind of miss him coming out there bumbling around and shit, telling us he gonna cure cancer and shit. I miss him. I don't want him to be president again because it's. And I'll tell you another thing about Biden. I don't know how much of what happened over the last 4 years I really blame on Joe, because the auto pen. Joe was not in the right state of mind. I don't think he was really running the country. Part of me feels sorry for Joe because Joe's always wanted to be president his whole life. He ran in like the 70s or 80s and lost because he got caught lying and he lost. Back then, they cared more about lying than they do now. And you think about this. This motherfucker his whole life wanted to be the president of the United States of America. And he finally did it. But by the time he became president, his brain was all gone. It was all fucked up. He didn't even get to be president, really. Feel bad for him a little bit. You'll never hear a liberal say, I kind of like Trump. Feel kind of bad for him. You'll never hear it. Never hear something like that. See, I'm not brainwashed, though. There's no need to be. Just tell it like it is. So simple. It is what it is. I don't want to be right about all this stuff. I'd rather be wrong about it, quite frankly. I don't want to be right about Democrats are going to attack us or some terrorist Allahu Akbar motherfucker's going to bomb us or something. I don't want that to be true, but I do believe it is. Hopefully I'm wrong about that. You believe he won? Was the 2020 election fair? I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of evidence. Okay, let me rephrase that. I've definitely seen things that would lead you to believe that it was stolen, but I haven't seen the smoking gun, right? I've seen a lot of people, they were blocking the window, all these things, They were blocking the windows at the polling place. Remember that? And all these things people say. But I tend to believe it's just mail-in voting. You know, that's the simplest explanation. If everybody could go sit at their kitchen table, I don't have a kitchen table, but if you could stand here at the counter and fill out your ballot, we'd have a lot more voters, right? This is common sense. So I think that's really what it was. And I think that you had a lot of liberals, like the liberal niece or the liberal daughter or, you know, the granddaughter or whatever, just filling the ballots out, right? Got daddy's ballot, mama's ballot, Bubby's ballot, granddaddy ballot, got all the ballots, right, laid out and shit. And you're just filling them out, right? You're just putting Biden, 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 Biden. What's funny about that is they did all that and it fucked them. It ended up giving them Trump again. It gave them a worse version of Trump than what they would have got. And they can't, I can't get them to admit it. I can't get Junie just to say, you know, I shouldn't have voted for Biden. I should have just went and voted for Trump and got rid of him because he would be gone right now. And who knows how those 4 years of Trump would have been. Maybe they would have been a disaster, right? And that would have really set the MAGA movement back and everything. I just think you were better off. I remember telling Parr this too, like, why don't you just vote for Trump, let him win, and then in 4 years we're done with Trump. They couldn't do it, man. And I was only saying that because Biden was so bad mentally. You could really see the mental issues of Biden in that election. I love how you all people say, you all get on here and go, we had no idea, Smokey. Wait a minute. We argued about it every fucking day. What are you talking about? We argued about this topic every fucking day. Don't sit there and tell me you didn't know. Fuck off. You can do that to other people, but you're not doing it to me. I'm going to call you out. Me and you argued about it 1,000 times. How many videos did I show during the 2020 election of Biden getting up there and go, blah, 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 blah. Remember all that? Remember Obama came out and was like holding him and shit? Remember that? Remember all these things? I do. Remember they made the little circles and there'd be like 5 motherfuckers in a circle or whatever. It was circle here, circle there, and he'd stand up there and talk to like 5 people in circles. Hilarious. And now here we are, Donald Trump back in the White House. Smokey, Donald Trump's approval rating. What about Donald Trump's approval rating? What about the Democrats' approval rating? It's much lower than Trump's. Why don't you want to talk about that? What about the CNN poll that immigrants back Trump and it continues to grow? Legal immigrants are backing Trump heavy. I'll be honest with you, man. I think most people understand what's going on with this ICE stuff, and deep down, I think we know. You know, we understand. Yeah, going and grabbing somebody and throwing them in the back of a van, all these things or whatever. That's what you're saying is happening. I don't know if that's happening, but let's just say it is. I think most people in normal times would say, yeah, it's not the way we do things, but I think people realize we're in a crisis. I think they realize how bad the borders got, and drastic times call for drastic measures. As I said, there was a thing on the wall, right? Let's say this oven shit is the glass, right? It's on the wall. It's got glass around it. And it said break in case of emergency. And we was like, oh shit. Maybe we should. And some guy said, let's break that. And everybody was like, we can't do that. You know what's in that glass? Donald Trump's in that glass. Can't break it. And then everybody was like, I don't know, I think we should break it. I think we should break it. And we broke it. So you just gotta deal with it. We broke the glass. Sorry. I voted to break open the glass. I'm not running from my vote like Junie. It took Junie forever to come back in here. And I understand why. The Biden years were a disaster. The Biden pardons. Oh my God, the Biden pardons. I get it. But you got to face it. When Joe Biden won, I didn't take a week off streaming. I didn't take a month off streaming. I didn't disappear into the goddamn void and hide from everybody. I got on that night and I faked. Well, not that night. I went to bed. I was tired. Remember, I fell asleep on the stream. Then I woke up and there was some type of shenanigans going on. And I went, oh, fuck's sake. And then I just went to bed and I got up the next day and got on. And I faced it. I let everybody come in here and talk their shit and run their mouth as I tried to peacefully explain to them how they actually just lost. And they was like, nah, that's cope. And I think everybody realizes now that was not cope. That was dead on political analysis. I should be on your TV giving you political analysis, not these faggots. I'm much more accurate than they are. Remember that one woman? Hold on, I'm looking for my lighter. Remember that one goofy ass bitch? I got headphones on. Y'all can hear me anywhere I go, can't you? Remember that one goofy bitch that made that video? She was like, I'm going out to get my champagne. Remember that? I am going out to get my champagne. And the guy was like, what's the occasion? Why are you getting champagne at the checkout? Come on, Marshall. And she said, I'm toasting Madam President tonight. Madam President. You know how confident I was on election day? You know I went to the store and bought a cup. Hours before the results came in, I was at the Dollar Tree. My girlfriend wanted to go to Dollar Tree. Women love the Dollar Tree, I'll tell you what. And while I was there, I bought a cup. And I don't even know where that cup is now. I think I might have broke it by accident or something. I don't even see it in here no more for real. Maybe it got dropped or something. It had joy on it, though. I seen it at the store, and I said, I'm going to buy that. That'll be perfect for when Trump wins. I'll have that little joy. And I told my girlfriend for weeks, he's winning. Don't even worry about it. I don't know. My boss at work is a fucking liberal, and he said, I don't give a fuck what he said. Trump's about to lay way. Oh, that cup is with the Christmas decoration. That's where it is. I said, trust me. My confidence never wavered. I was confident. After he got shot, I knew it was done. I knew it. You went too far. You went too far. Trying to kill him. Trying to put him in jail was bad enough, but trying to kill him? You know how bad trying to kill Trump was? You could tell that was a bad move because these motherfuckers, they don't even admit it happened. They say it's a staged event. They've completely went off the deep end calling it a staged event, bro. They and they say the election was rigged. It's actually funny. It's actually very funny that full circle. We come full circle on everything. Keep telling you, it always comes full circle. No matter what, we will always come back around. Every time the liberals hyperventilate, start your clock. It's only a matter of time before they do the exact same goddamn thing that they bitched about Republicans doing. Only a matter of time. It always goes like that. I'll read the chat in a minute. I don't give a fuck about the chat. If you wanted me to read the chat, maybe y'all should spend less time acting like faggots in it. Then maybe I'd wait. Then I'd waste a little time reading it. But there ain't nothing in that chat but a bunch of dumbass trolling faggot shit half the time anyway. So who gives a shit? Actions have consequences. You'll figure that out eventually. You're only hurt yourselves when you act like a faggot. Ain't hurting me, ain't bothering me. I'm at peace. Drop your anger. You got to drop your anger, like Jesse Lee say, and be at peace. You can do it. God. Man, they got another new manager at work. I wonder who quit. I hope it wasn't that one dude from Australia. That's not my favorite manager. There was a new guy in there today. God, what was his name? Can't remember. He came up and shook my hand. And God, what was his name? Fuck, I don't remember. Nah, he ain't no illegal. He got an Australian accent though, for real. This guy got a Australian accent. Nice guy though. He's the guy that told me I could get overtime, and the other boss was like, "No, you can't." Dude, so many managers that we've went through. So many managers, it's crazy. It's insane how many managers I've had come and go while I've been there. I ain't even been there a full year yet. I'm coming up on a year. Yeah, see, that's a problem. That's a problem when all those workers are illegal. And Junie was like, "Well, why don't you want?" Junie cracks me up the things he says to me. He's like, "Well, why don't you want the owners of the company punished?" I'm like, "I want them in prison. What are you talking about?" Like, what? I call for the imprisonment of these people, these CEOs who hire illegals. Put them in prison. In fact, I'd rather you be harder on the employer than the illegals. The illegals are just trying to get paid, trying to get a job, trying to get. I don't blame you for wanting to come to America. I don't blame you at all. It's the greatest country on earth, but the people hiring them, if you went hard at them, you'd get a lot of these illegals to self-deport, because if you can't get a job, what's the point? If you can't get some work, you might as well go back home. I'm not against people wanting a better life. It's just we don't owe these people anything. Okay, we don't owe these illegals anything. Everybody in the world can't move here. That's insane. Junie's. It's so weird too, and I really think about this tonight after this stream. Really ponder on what I'm about to say. Why do you Judy was going? Well, it takes too long to come here legally. We should speed the process up. Why? Tell me why. Explain that to me. Why? Why do you care so much that people from around the world can come here? Why is it a priority to make it easier for them to come here? I think we should make it harder for people to come here. It doesn't need to be made easier. Maybe not harder, but I think it's fine the way it is, honestly. It could take 10 years for them to get approved. Okay. There's a line of motherfucking people waiting, man. Get in line. Now, if you would have asked me that question 10 years ago, I would have said, of course, we should make it easier for people to come here, good people to come here. Do you see the damage you've done with illegal immigration? You see what you've done? You've really cause people like me to go, well, maybe we need to just stop all immigration for a little bit. Maybe we need to take a little break, get these people out of our country, and then try to, then we can, let people come or whatever. All of that is because of your defense of open borders and legal immigration. You're going to get this country to a point where nobody wants to let anybody in. That's where you're going to get us to. It doesn't have to be that way, guys, but you've got to stop. Stop defending. Actually, don't stop because I want you to lose. But I like to tell my enemies how to defeat me because when I beat them, it makes it that much better. Like, not only did I beat you while telling you how to beat me. And you're too stupid to take my advice on how to beat me. You're so dumb. You know how dumb you got to be? I'm telling you, I'm giving you the blueprint to defeat me, defeat Trump, silence me, stomp me into the ground, figuratively, politically. And instead of pulling out your notebook and going, damn, all right, this is how we shut this clown up, you just fucking you do exactly what I tell you not to do. It's that fucking hilarious. I'm like, here's the blueprint to defeat me. Yeah, fuck that. What do you know about defeating you? What do you know about proving you wrong? Remember how I used to get on here every day and say, don't load the liberal gun? Well, don't load the right wing gun either. It goes both ways. You guys spend a lot of time loading that right wing gun up so they got ammunition. Figuratively, I'm not saying a real gun, figuratively, politically. This is just a figure of speech. It's an analogy. So don't think I'm threatening you with a gun, lunatic. I don't even have a gun. So I've had to listen to liberals for days tell me how violent I am. Never been arrested. Don't own a gun. I'm not the danger, you know? I'm not the danger. I'm not the person you got to worry about, I promise you. All because I said, man, I set them off with that tweet. That I had so many liberals. And I got to work and stuff. I don't have time to sit there and I like to argue with them on the mic, but I'm really bored with typing and shit. I don't know about you, but that's so boring to me. Like me and Junie was going back and forth, and it's like I'm at work, man. I can't keep pulling my phone out and typing. Like if you want to talk about this, just get in a space or something so I can talk on my headphones while I work. So simple. Hell, I debated him while I was filling milk. I can multitask. It ain't nothing to me to wipe the floor with a liberal while at work. That's nothing. That's easy. I thought it was a good conversation, though. Junie had a lot of good questions. I don't think he liked the answers, but I promise you, those answers are the brutal truth. Those answers are true, and in time, you will see that I told you the truth, as I always do. If you followed my advice, Trump wouldn't be president right now. He'd have won in 2020. Because remember my argument in 2020. Remember, I said, I know Trump ain't perfect. He's made mistakes. But Joe Biden's mental condition, he has no business being president. That was my main argument for 2020. And I was right. And if you would have just sucked it up, why did I get backed out? What just happened? I don't know. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick though. Talk amongst yourself. I gotta take a shit. Give me a minute. And we're back. I'm sorry, Junie, but we're taking our country back. Does Junie know illegal aliens? Like, maybe he does. I think he's Mexican. I don't know. He seems Mexican. I don't know. Hispanic, I guess, would be the proper term. Um, maybe he knows some illegals, you know. Man, it is what it is, you know. It is what it is. Oh, and I was talking about this earlier, but I forgot to finish it. As for the January 6th violent, Junie kept bringing up, well, he released some of the violent people from January 6th. He released all these people. And I'm like, yeah, well, you arrested every single one of them. And some of them were not violent at all. They didn't actually do anything violent, break a window. They didn't vandalize. Yes, I guess they were trespassing, but how many years should you spend in prison for trespassing? Um, and I asked Judy a question today. He did not have an answer. And I don't think I've ever really asked this question, but I've been thinking about it lately. How many years should those January 6th rioters spend in prison? How many years should they spend in there? Because they were in there the entire Biden administration. That's 4 damn years, man. I don't know. I feel like, okay, 4 years is definitely enough for someone that just trespassed, right? They didn't break anything, they didn't hurt nobody. Dude, 4 years is actually probably more than they deserve, if we're being honest. And then let's talk about the violent, the people that like fought the cops and stuff. Remember, nobody killed anybody, but you had vandalism, you had people assaulting cops. Be honest with you, you could put them motherfuckers in prison for the rest of their life. I wouldn't give a shit because you know how I feel about violent lunatics. I don't, I don't agree with it. I don't want them roaming the street. And I feel like anybody that would storm the U.S. Capitol, go inside and start fighting the cops is a piece of shit human being, and we really don't want that guy walking our streets. So I'm all right. Go arrest all the violent ones and put them back in prison. Go ahead. See how easy that is? See how easy it is to condemn violence? It's so fucking easy, bro. It's one of the easiest things you can do. And it's so simple. But for some reason, y'all choose to go the other way. Well, I know why deep down you support the violence, you support the madness deep down in your little soul. You're bad people. Prove me wrong by cutting out the shit behavior. You motherfuckers bend over backwards to prove me right about everything I say. And then they get mad that you say it. I can't believe I wasn't rated. Incredible. Incredible. I might switch to the PS5 and stream on there. Some people like looking at the ceiling though. It's nostalgic. Reminds them of last year. They're like, oh, this again, the ceiling. I love the ceiling. And I'm out of metal, ain't I? Oh, wow. Oh, I got a bunch of it. Hold on. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. And I hope my base ain't decayed on the outside. You couldn't put something in this TC, Duckhead? I see how it is. I see how you are. That's how you're going to do us. And everything we've worked for. What do you mean you can't shoot a rocket? What are you talking about? I don't care about 36 viewers. Who gives a shit? They can switch over. Or stare at the ceiling. I don't give a shit. That's what you want to do so damn bad. Go ahead. I want to stare at the ceiling. All right, then do it. That's what you want. That's what you'll get. Stare at that ceiling and like it. Relish in it. What do you mean you can't shoot a rocket? Ah. Dominating them in base, but dominating them on every level. I mean, I'm going to be talking about the same shit, just with Rust on the screen. See, that's what you're saying. That's what you're missing. You can say anything in them Rust streams. Nobody watches them. I'm going to say the N word in one of them. No one will even know. No one will ever bring it up because no one watches it. And then there'll be one guy that's seen it, one lunatic nut that watches everything. Some obsessed nerd like Stern. And he'll be saying, yeah, he said it on the stream. And then everyone will be going, what stream was that? It was Russ. And then someone will go, oh, nobody watches that. Though I watched one of those one time. It was just silence. He didn't really say anything. I don't buy that. And then he'll send a link to it. He'll be like, just watch it. It's right here. And then a guy go, nah, I'm watching that. I'm not watching no Rust. And it'll drive him insane that no one will watch it. We love the ice raids. We love it. We got to deport all of them. All of them got to go. It's equality if you think about it. Think about it like this. He's like, oh, they deported that kid's mother and the kid got cancer or whatever the hell. All right, so we're not picking and we're deporting them all. We're being fair about it. Everyone's going. The criminal, the mama with the cancer kid, all of them going home. No special privileges, none of that. We're being fair across the board. Equal. And why would you want to keep that poor kid in America with our terrible healthcare system? That kid will be better off at home. Remember, we have a terrible for-profit healthcare system. I mean, if an American citizen can't get healthcare, how the hell's an illegal got it? So many questions, no answers, of course, but so many questions. Nobody watches the NBA. Knock it off. Stop talking about shit nobody cares about. Thomas Massey voted no on cuts, spending cuts. What? Ah! Don't tell T West. And Rad, I'm telling you, Rad Paul and Thomas Massey look like clowns right now. And I like them. But I'm telling you right now, they're out of touch. They don't understand. They just, they're not wrong about the spending. They're not wrong about it. But they're not reading the room right now. I'm telling you guys this right now. The border and the illegals is a big fucking deal. And I don't think you all really understand just how big of a deal it is. Even I was like, damn, immigrant, because Trump always talk about immigration and stuff. And even I, for a while, was like, is it really that big of a deal? Do people really care? People give a fuck about immigration. This immigration shit is a big deal. And I think people are sick of like, well, there's a lot of money for immigration enforcement and ICE in this bill. And that's what Trump is saying. Like, we need this. Like, we need this funding for these things. And I think a lot of people agree with it. I think you'd be surprised how many people agree with, spending what it takes to get these people the fuck out of here. It's not about hate. It has nothing to do with hate at all. I think a lot of people are starting to realize that all these illegals being here it's kind of fucking us in a way, in a lot of ways. It's fucking our wages. There's a lot of illegal labor being used, and we know that those illegals are getting paid less. We know they have to be. I mean, and the liberals believe they are getting paid less. The liberals are on Twitter all day talking about, well, who's going to pick the strawberries for $5 an hour? Huh, interesting. So they agree that the illegal labor is being exploited for cheap wages. If you get rid of all the illegals, the prices will go up because they got to pay the workers more. I've seen tons of liberals say that. And these are people that normally are all about workers getting paid more. But on this particular topic, they don't seem to care about that. They're just fake people. It's the best way to explain it. I know it doesn't make any sense. But it does if you just realize these are fake ass people. And that everything they say, they got an ulterior motive for saying it. And everything they say, it might sound good, but just realize they don't actually believe a lot of that stuff they say. That the stuff they say that sounds good, like getting paid more at your job, actually, you're going to get paid less if you let these people run the show. You're going to get replaced by some illegal alien or some shit. Like, trust me, you're better off with the fucking Republicans. You're better off with Trump. That don't make them perfect. You're just better off. It's like when your parents get a divorce, and you're old enough to realize which parent you should go with. Where will you be better off? You get to a certain age where you know who you need to go with. If I stay with daddy or mama, it's going to be a shit show. Mama's doing meth, right? Or daddy's doing meth, or they're drinking, or whatever the hell it is. And then the other parent is not doing any of that stuff. You're probably going to want to get the fuck out of there and go with the parent not doing all that. And that's just the way politics is right now. It's, daddy and mama fighting all the time, but mama's lost her goddamn mind. And so I'm gonna go with Daddy Trump. I wish Mama well, wish you well, but I'm going with Daddy. Father, the father. That's where we're going. Because Mama is throwing bricks at police. Some dude moved into the house. We don't even really know who he is, but Mama keeps insisting that he can stay. It's just, I gotta get out of here. But what if I didn't have the option to get out of here? Well, then you might say I'd break the glass. You might say that I would call up Daddy and say, Daddy, there's a strange man here. Mama's doing meth, drinking. Daddy, help. Daddy, help. And if Daddy was any kind of a man, he'd show up. He'd beat the fuck out of that jackass that's living in the house, throw him out. He'd call the police on Mama, get her sent to rehab, and he'd save the day. And that's what we did. We said, God damn, help. We broke the glass. Daddy showed up with the Marines and the National Guard and all kinds of shit. Just start smacking motherfuckers around. And that's what we needed. We do need to put you liberals in a mental institution for real. We need to get you some help. If only we could. If only we could get you the help you need. Yeah, because Rad Paul went on Fox News and said we need to cut the immigration budget. Like, Rad, read the room, Rad. Read the room. He's just as clueless as a liberal. All of these people are in a fantasy world right now. They're in a world where Donald Trump did not just win a landslide election. They're in a world where Donald Trump didn't win a landslide by running on deporting all these motherfuckers and securing the border. And Rad's there, and Massey's there, and all the liberals are there. All kinds of people are there in this fantasy world that they've created. Donald Trump decimated them in the election so bad that they literally created a fantasy world where it didn't happen. It was rigged. Oh my God. Because the reason they got to claim it's rigged, the reason you're seeing all these liberals claim it's rigged is because the reality that it's not is too much to handle. The reality is they're the minority now. They used to be the majority, and now they're the minority. They didn't even win the popular vote. I predicted that too. People called me crazy before the election when I said they might lose the popular vote. People called me nuts for saying that. I nailed it. Go back and watch the streams. They're all on this channel. I called all of it. And y'all talked all this shit when I said it. Thought you was so funny. Ain't so funny now, is it? I know what I'm talking about. You don't know nothing. I was told prices cannot go down. I'm literally watching it happen before my eyes every day at work. I see prices going down. A couple weeks back, eggs was $6 a dozen. People were talking about eggs all day, all goddamn day. Everyone spent talking about eggs. I'm sure you remember it. Eggs were on sale today, 18 count eggs for like three something, like 350 or something. It's $2.99 a dozen. They're doing a sale on 18 count. You can get them for like 350. Eggs are getting cheap. They keep going down. They drop 50 cents every couple of weeks. I could see eggs getting down to $1.99. I feel. I think we're going lower than $2.99. And I know at Walmart they're probably cheaper than that. So, and now everyone just makes a joke about eggs. A couple weeks ago, they were going, "What is going on with Trump? The eggs is ridiculous. I thought Trump was going to lower prices." And what did I say? I said, it's a temporary increase. Everything's going to be fine. Price will go back down. Relax. You're going to look real dumb. You're going to look real dumb talking about eggs all day. I'm telling you. Now, here we are. We're here now. Can I ever get acknowledged for telling you exactly how it's going to go? And when we get to that point, can I ever get oh wow, you called it? No, I can't. I have to be lectured about I don't know nothing by a bunch of fucking dorks that literally know nothing. They're never right about anything. Always wrong. Now they're telling me Donald Trump's going to enslave us all. It's not going to happen. Donald Trump is not the danger. Donald Trump is not who you got to worry about. It's what comes after Trump that you got to worry about. And you are creating the environment for that person to win the election. And you will be crying for Donald Trump when that guy gets into power. You should be grateful for Donald Trump. You should let Donald Trump deport these people and handle this in the way he's handling it. Because if you do not, if you spend the next 4 years fighting this, you're only going to piss the public off more, because you have to understand, we got up. We went and voted en masse. We gave him the popular vote. We took all the swing states. We dominated you. We sent a clear message to you. Enough. That was the message of the 2024 election, to sum it up in one word. Enough. If you do not take that and say, okay, got the message, 4 years from now, we're going to show you we mean enough. You're going to stop. And we're going to elect a guy that's going to stop you. Do you understand? You're not going to like it. J.D. Vance will make you cry for Trump. J.D. Vance will be harder than Trump. J.D. Vance doesn't give a fuck about your bullshit tears. Doesn't care. Look how he was going off on Lazinski in there. You do not want J.D. Vance to win the election after 4 years of you being violent, defending illegals, waving Mexican flags, and oh my God, it's all, oh my God. You don't understand. But you will one day. And don't cry to me when you get what's coming to you. Don't cry to me. Don't blame me. I tried to tell you to stop. I tried to explain to you that we were being nice by electing Donald Trump. And your response was to spit in our face, double down on everything, start busting people's cars up, throwing bricks at cops, taunting us in the streets, telling us, well, this is Mexico, actually. No, that's America. It's California, dummy. It ain't Mexico. Mexico don't own California. Let's see Mexico come take it, then. Let's see Mexico bring the Mexican army up here and take it, then. Let's see that. I bet that ain't gonna happen. But you real loud running that mouth. The soldiers were booing at the Trump when Trump was giving the speech. The soldiers was booing California and booing the liberals. Of course they are. You just spent the entire weekend telling the soldiers that this is Mexico. We run this shit. I got news for you, motherfucker. You don't run nothing. You don't own nothing. And those soldiers would love to slap you motherfuckers around out there in the streets, burning the flag, waving Mexican flags, illegal alien, gang member motherfuckers. You can look at some of these people and tell these are thugs. You know how you know they're thugs? They're breaking the sidewalk, throwing it at cops. That's a thug. An illegal thug, not even supposed to be here. Well, you know, we got thugs in America. Yeah, I know that. All the more reason not to import more of them, you stupid fuck. I love how liberals got these arguments and they think it's so clever. And they say it to you. It's the dumbest shit you'll ever hear. You know, American citizens commit more crimes than illegals. Yeah, really? I bet they do. I bet. Yeah, I bet. Hey, well, you know, I got crime statistics. Oh, you do? You got crime statistics? Um, did it ever occur to you that not all crimes are found out about? Like they don't always get reported. Like a lot of people get away with crime. Did you know that? Did you ever realize in your little head while you were thinking your thoughts and reading all your little stats? Did it ever occur to you that that's just the motherfuckers that got caught? There's a bunch of other motherfuckers that commit crimes every day. They don't ever get caught. They don't ever get fucking caught. You don't think illegals are committing crimes and shit? I mean, they literally committed a crime to come into the country. You don't think they're committing other crimes and just getting away with it? Doesn't occur to you. I got this statistic here. This, fuck it, you're right. Open the border. Open it wide open. Hey, we've got more criminals. We Americans are commit more crimes than illegals. You're right. Open the border wide. Open the border. Why even have a border? Why even have a border at all? Why have a country? Let's join the EU. Fucking idiots, man. Please understand all these arguments fucking trash. These arguments are trash. Stop using them. Stop bothering me with them. You're not clever. I'm not amazed by these arguments. Just because I don't please understand this. Just because I don't spend the time destroying you does not mean I can't. Just please understand that one. If you could just take one thing from what I'm saying. Just because I don't spend 30 minutes destroying you and your stupid point does not mean I'm incapable of doing it. I've got better things to do. I can't argue with all of it. It's like these idiots on Twitter. Where's your proof? Hey, man, I ain't got time to sit here and go liberal by liberal and argue with all of you. There's like 1,000 of you crying in my mentions. There's so many of you. I don't care enough. And no matter what I post or what I say, you ain't gonna fucking care. And if I do prove you wrong, you'll just go, shut up, bitch. That's what they do. Shut up, you bitch. I see these liberals getting proved wrong all the time. And that's always what they reply to people on Twitter with. Hey, shut up, bitch. You're a fucking maggot. You're a fucking Nazi. That's what they do when you prove them wrong. They just start screaming. They call you a Nazi or something shit. Oh, you're a fucking piece of shit. Have some humanity or some dumb ignorant shit. I had humanity. I cared. But you made me not care with your smug horseshit attitude. I'm tired of watching people burn the goddamn American flag in the street. And then the same people who told me, screw my freedom during COVID, screw my freedom to decide what goes in my body, what I wear on my face, all these fucking stupid things. Arnold Schwarzenegger said, screw your freedom. Remember that? Fuck your goddamn freedom. They used to say it to me all the time on Twitter. Now, the same people that said, fuck my freedom, got something to say about the freedom to burn the flag. The only time a liberal cares about the Constitution or freedom is when they can use it to hurt the country. That's the only time they give a shit. You ever notice that? They don't like this country. They hate it. And I don't know about you, but I live here. I don't want it destroyed. Okay? There's nowhere else to go. I'm not one of these dumb fucks that's like, oh, there's plenty of other great countries to go to. Where? Europe? England? Where you can get stabbed and your watch stolen? If I went outside with my watch on in London, I'd be stabbed to death and my watch would be stolen. Can't wear a damn watch. Liberals get mad at you because you don't want to destroy the country you live in. They get so fucking mad. They get so mad when they're like, well, this guy's going to get sent back to his country. And you're just like, yeah, that don't seem so bad. What's the big deal? I mean, he's waving the Mexican flag. I mean, he seems to love Mexico. We'll go send him home. What's the big deal? They really want to make you feel bad because a motherfucker's going home. As I told you months ago, and I'm going to keep telling you, it's really hard to make people feel bad when you say he's going home. Because that sounds like a good thing, right? Like when, if you was at work and you said, I'm going home, that's like amazing. You get out of here. Going home is fantastic. Rarely is going home ever a bad thing. So when people hear it, you try to convince them, oh my God, do you know what Trump's doing to the illegals? Oh my God, what is he doing? Building camps and putting them in it? Well, no, he's not doing that. I mean, there's detention centers. Yeah, but that's not a camp, that's a detention center. I mean, they are here illegally, so yeah. Some people gonna get arrested and deported, obviously. You gotta accept that reality, right? Surely you accept that. Even if you can't accept mass deportation, you have to accept there's gonna be some deportation. If there's no deportation at all, I mean, then what's the point of the border at all? Which is ultimately what a lot of these people want. They want one world government. They want no countries. Now, why they want that, I know why the elites want it, but why does the average man want it? Right now, there's all kinds of different countries. So if you hate the country you're in, you have other choices that you could go to. You have options. But you want to make it to where you got no options at all. You got one world government, runs everything, one set of laws. That's not good. Would you want to live and you want the one world government because you feel like, well, it's going to be mine. It's going to be my people running it. What if it's Muslims that run it? What if we have one world Islam government? Or what if we had one world Vatican, the Catholics? Or the Chinese government becomes a world government. You know what I mean? No, we don't push for world government. Don't push for no countries. Bad idea. Nationalism is good. I know you've been convinced it has something to do with Nazis, but it doesn't. Because we're not Nazis. Like being a nationalist for America and American values has nothing to do with fucking Nazis, you stupid nitwit motherfuckers. Jesus. I love how nationalism is bad and somehow tied to Nazis, but the what were the Nazis called? Like the National Socialist Party or something? They literally got socialist in their name. And well, it has nothing to do with Nazis. Socialism has nothing to do with Nazis. Socialism is actually the opposite. Hitler was just calling himself a socialist to fool you or whatever. Hey, maybe so. I don't know. Maybe so. It's weird though. A lot of the stuff I see from Nazi documentaries, I see liberals doing it. Liberals do the same thing. I mean, if that COVID shit wasn't pretty close to Nazi Germany type shit, I don't know what was. Remember, they were going around like asking people for their vaccine papers, and they can do that. They can go around and ask American citizens for their papers and ask American citizens to show vaccine proof when they go to a theater or any of that shit, and fuck your freedom, right? But you can't do that to illegal aliens. You can't ask them for their ID. And of course, some American citizens are going to get caught up in it, you know. But they been deported? Has an American citizen been deported? No. As far as I can see, no. And don't give me that. Yeah, Smokey, a 2-year-old child was deported. Shut up, you stupid fuck. Shut up with that bullshit. There is in no way in hell. And I'm telling you right now, a majority of people agree with what I'm saying. A majority of the country would agree with this. There is no way in hell that an illegal alien should be able to come here, have a child, and that child's a citizen. That doesn't make any sense. When we deport the illegal, take your kid with you. It's your kid. We got enough kids to worry about, our American kids. Sorry, but I don't know what was so hard to understand about America First. I don't what was hard about. We're putting America first. We're putting Americans first. You know, maybe we can help Americans get some health care. Maybe we could if we didn't have so many illegals who apparently get health care. It's weird. It is so weird that the illegal alien got cancer medicine and cancer treatment and all that. Like, what about that? What about them? How they fund that? How does an illegal alien have access to that, but most American citizens don't? Explain that to me. And don't tell me, well, Americans do have access to it. No, no, no. Your rhetoric about healthcare is it is so bad that we should be able to shoot the CEO in the street. So you shot a CEO in the street, you defended it because you said American citizens don't have access to life-saving treatments. Then why does an illegal alien have access to it? Please explain it to me. Doug, unban Stern, somebody explain it to me. Junie must have went to bed. You get tired lying. You get tired doing all that lying. When you're constantly trying to manipulate people's minds and how they think with lies and trickery, it's exhausting. So you got to get to bed. Got to get to bed early. Got a long day ahead of lying again and hyperventilating about fake stories. Like there'll be a video on social media, it'll be like, no, there's a screenshot of a text message going around social media right now. And it's supposedly from a reporter, and the reporter is saying all these things about that Trump gave a speech to the soldiers yesterday and all these rules and all this stuff. You've probably seen this. But it's funny how people just believe it. Like when I see something like that, I say, well, what is that? Where'd that come from? And then people say, it came from a reporter. And I say, well, hell, case closed. I guess I can believe it, right? Reporters never lie. A journalist has never told a lie. Yeah, journalists type this in text message, and that's all the proof I need. All the proof I need is a journalist typed it in a text message. Case closed. Who'd the journalist hear it from? Well, he heard it from somebody else. Oh, who's that guy? We don't know. Who's the reporter? I don't even know who that. I don't know. Is there even a reporter? I don't know. Oh, okay. Where's the source of this information? Like, what's the actual source? We don't know. Anonymous sources, you know. Oh, anonymous source. Okay. I don't believe anonymous sources. So just you, if you're gonna send me some news story from anonymous sources, don't even bother me. Don't even bother me because I'm telling you, it's probably bullshit, and I ain't gonna waste my time with it. I need somebody's face. I need somebody on camera. Who said this? Because I need to know if the person even exists. At least if you got somebody on TV saying, "Hey, I heard this," I said, "Well, at least that's a person." When you just say anonymous sources, the first thing I think of, I just made this up. They just made up a story, and there's not even a person. There's not a source. There's no source at all. They just made a source up. They fake a source and make the whole story is fiction out of their mind. I'm just telling you how most people feel about these things. And I'm telling you right now, I'm the majority. I'm the common man. The way I think, most people I'd say think the same fucking way. Eventually you'll realize I'm normal. I'm the normal one. You're the crazy person. You're the brainwashed person. You've lost your mind. That's why you're like, I mean, Junie was bringing up transgender stuff. I figured he'd let that go by now. He was talking about, I mean, what did he say on that Twitter space? Like, they're going after women, men playing in women's sports or something. Or I think he actually said men playing in women's sports. I think he slipped up and said that. And then I was like, damn, I'm surprised you're even still talking about this transgender shit. I figured you'd let that one go. God damn, let it go. Take the L on something. You don't even have to acknowledge it. Just stop talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't. If you're a Democrat, the last thing you should be doing is reminding people about transgenders and fucking playing in women's sport. You want us to forget about that. You want us to think, oh, Trump solved that. We ain't got to worry about that no more. And then he was like, well, it's the Republicans who are obsessed with culture war issues. The nerve of him to say that. Yeah, it was Republicans hanging up fucking pride flags all over town. It was the Republicans doing that. The nerve of this motherfucker to say that. Don't worry, I didn't let him get away with it. You ain't getting away with it with me there. I'm not allowing you to get away with anything. You don't get to say stupid shit like that. We just move on. We're not moving on. What a clown show. The Republicans are the ones obsessed with this culture war shit. Nah, you motherfuckers pushed all this gay fucking trans shit on everybody, shoved it down everybody's fucking throat, and you got the nerve to say the Republicans did it. Are you fucking stupid? Wasn't the Republicans putting all this fucking shit in every movie? It wasn't the Republicans that ruined The Last of Us 2. It wasn't the Republicans that ruined The Last of Us TV show. It wasn't the Republicans that ruined Marvel movies. It wasn't the fucking Republicans that I don't know who ruined DC. DC ruined itself. That's not even the Democrats' fault, quite frankly. It wasn't the Republicans that ruined all movies. It wasn't Republicans that ruined I don't know if they ruined music. Yeah, in a way, they kind of did that too. It was the Democrats. Everything the Democrats touch turns to shit, like Trump said. Somewhere along the way, oh, I know what did it. Barack Obama. Well, actually, if you look at the history of Democrats, they've always been pieces of shit, quite frankly. But I guess they were just better at hiding it, you know. But something about Barack Obama, that's when you all really started to really go off the deep end. Um, but then Trump won. Oh man. See, Barack Obama was such a bad president. It's just you've been propagandized that he was great, right? You're caught up in this propaganda, but he was actually a terrible president, and you know that he was because Trump won. Trump winning tells you everything you need to know about Obama. Obama sucked. Terrible president. Because if he would have been a good president, Democrats would have won that election. Obama, terrible. And then you follow that up with Biden. Ah, God, you're a long way from Bill Clinton. And even Bill Clinton, I mean, fuck, he was fucking running drugs in Alabama, some or Arkansas or some shit. He's a mess. His wife kills people. I mean, God. Yeah, Jimmy Carter like peanuts. I get, say what you want about Jimmy Carter, he was a terrible president, but yeah, I don't know if he was a giant piece of shit. He gave up the Panama Canal. It's actually crazy, bro. It's actually insane to have a president and our president does things to make us a weaker country. That is crazy. Because giving up the Panama Canal don't help us. Oh, we did it as a good gesture. Like what? And then we were like paying, and like China was taking it over, and Trump came in like, what the fuck? See, this is how you know Trump's smart and pays attention to stuff. Trump comes up and starts talking about something you ain't even heard of it. You're like, what's going on with the Panama Canal? What? What's happening? You didn't even know about this stuff. You didn't know China had like built a statue, like they had pretty much taken it over. Like, what is going on? And our ships have to pay all this money to go through it. And it's like, didn't we build that? Like, what? What's going on? And Trump brings attention to it. If Trump was some dumb fucking buffoon, didn't know anything about nothing, he wouldn't even know nothing about that. He's focused on stuff you ain't even thinking about, bro. You don't even know nothing about it. And that's the type of guy I want to be the president. When Trump is like, I don't know if y'all know this, but the Panama Canal, we're getting fucked. Our ships are getting fucked. The China's trying to take it over. And if China completely takes it over, then we'll be really fucked. This ain't good. And you're just like, what's going on? And then he's like, don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of it. Oh, okay. That's why I broke the glass. I didn't know nothing about this. But now we got a guy in there knows about it, taking care of it. It's getting to the bottom of it. It's being handled. Marco Rubio's going. By the way, Marco Rubio, he's come a long way. I'm starting to like Marco Rubio. Every time I see a TV interview, I like that the gloves are off with these journalist clowns. I'm all for journalism and the freedom of journalism, but I have the right, as does any American citizen, to exercise my freedom of speech to tell you to go fuck yourself for lying to me all the fucking time. Just because we want to get rid of like CNN and shut all these places down doesn't mean we want to get rid of journalism. We want better journalists. These liberals are retarded. They're like, you guys want to get rid of journalism. And just, no, we don't. We want to get rid of fucking we want to get rid of propagandists. You don't have, these ain't journalists. These are propagandists. There's a difference. A real journalist doesn't have political affiliation. A real journalist is only out to get the story and to get to the bottom of the truth and report it to the people. That's real journalism. When I think of a journalist, I shouldn't even know his political beliefs at all, quite frankly. That's a good journalist when I can read an article and I don't even know his political leanings because he's just telling me the straight up truth and the facts. And that's that. And he ain't putting his little opinion in. He ain't putting little sly, clever little comments in that you read and go, he hates Trump or he loves Trump. Now, how many people we got like that in journalism? Name them. You can't. I don't think you can name one person like that. So, and you can't tell me that that wouldn't be better for society to have journalists like that. Nobody can argue with what I just said that that's somehow bad. That you would have journalists that are not biased in any way, shape, or form. They simply do their fucking job. You know what they went to school to do and everything. And they take great pride in it. They take great pride in being objective. And when people on both sides say, man, see, both sides should be fucking yelling at you because you're not being a propagandist, just laying the facts out. One day you'll figure it out. All this lying ain't helping you. It's why you got Trump again. It's why we're here right now because you lie too damn much. Been saying it for 8 fucking years. Stop lying about everything. Perfect example of how bad the lying is the Gavin Newsom shit the other day. Trump said, I talked to Gavin Newsom on the phone. And then Gavin Newsom got on Twitter. You know what's funny? I caught this too because I fell for this. Even someone as good as me fell for this. I fell for this. And I caught myself today and I went, oh, I fell for the liberal lie. I walked right into it. So Trump says, I talked to him like a day ago. And then Gavin goes, I didn't talk to Trump. There isn't no phone call. He didn't call me. And then Trump posted the proof, the screenshot that, yeah, here's the conversation. It was like 20 minutes long or so, 15 minutes or so. And it was on June 7th. And then all the liberals went, he said he talked to him a day. This is how dumb these liberals are. He said he talked to him a day ago. Well, this is from like 2 days ago. Like, what the fuck? Like, that matters. You know what Trump meant. Knock it off, dude. Stupid. That's dumb. And comparing that to Biden. Are you fucking clown? You got to be a real clown. Compare that to Biden. Fuck off. But even I was like, I got caught up in that, like, oh, Gavin said, because I started to think, like, Gavin said that it didn't matter. Like, Gavin said there wasn't a call at all. And I reread his tweet today and I was like, yeah, that's what this is about. He said there wasn't a call. There was no dispute over what day it was. That wasn't the argument. The argument was he said that the call never took place. And it obviously did. Here it is right here. Why did he lie about that? Because that's what they do. They have to. I don't understand it. It's such a silly lie. But I've documented the silly lies he's silly at. I call them insulting lies, like it insults you. Because there's lies, but they're not insulting. Sometimes you can understand why somebody's lying. You can understand it. I get it. You're not insulted by it. You understand why they're doing it. But then there's these lies that are just so ridiculous. You hear them and you say, why are you doing that? Like, come on, man. Obviously, there was a call. Why are you lying about that? What's the big deal about it? You know what I mean? How do you vote for someone like that? To just tell such a silly lie like that. No, there was a no call. Why say that? Why not just go, yeah, we talked on the phone. We talked on the phone and I told him how it is. I said, you better knock it off. And then Trump will say, he didn't say none of that. And then, well, who knows what was said? Unless they got a transcript of the call, which they probably do. probably recorded somewhere, right? That's why you shouldn't lie though, because people can do that. People can go, well, here's proof I called him. Well, on the call, I told him to go fuck himself. No, he didn't. Here's the fucking transcript of the call. Here's an audio recording of the call. Why'd you record it? Because these people lie all the time. Of course, I'm gonna record it. Lying is just a bad idea because people can do that to you. They can pull the receipts out on you, and then you look like a fucking retard. You're better off just telling the truth because then you ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about getting hit with that bullshit, that receipt hitting you upside the head. And then once you get hit with that receipt, everybody gonna be clowning you, bro. Everybody gonna be laughing at you. People love when some lying ass clown gets hit with a receipt. Look at Twitter all the time. You see stuff like that. People love that shit. People love a guy getting put in his fucking place. Some lying sack of shit getting put in his place. God, they love it so fucking much. So why would you ever put yourself in that position? I don't understand. Liberals love being in that position, though. They love sitting in it. God, they love it. Put me in my place, daddy. I think it's like a sexual thing or something. Parr used to love getting put in his fucking place. He'd come in there, run his mouth. He wants you to yell at him. He wants you to put him in his place. I think it's some weird sexual thing. That's why I banned Parr, because it started to feel like is he jerking off while I'm yelling at him or something? I gotta get this fucking weirdo out of here. Is he masturbating while I lecture him on politics? Like, what's wrong with this guy? I think that's why he hates T West so much. I think he's got like a black fetish, like big black guy puts him in his place. Big BBC puts him in his place. He wants T West to put him in his fucking place. T West, you're gonna put Parr in his place. T West done went to bed. He's tired. How old is T West? Like 25 or something? Should be wide awake, logged in, grinding after a 10-hour shift at work. Should be have unlimited energy. Something happened to the young people's energy, though. I don't know what it is. I have more energy than them, and I'm an old ass man. I can't stop trying out different throats. What a comment. Hey, I get it. I get it. You want to try out different throats. I understand. Stick to the throat, you know. God, what's that song? Fuck, what's that song? That TLC song? Stick to the throats and the vaginas you're used to. Don't go chasing new throats. You're moving too fast. This man said I can't stop trying out other throats. What in the world? What in the world? What? You gonna catch a disease or something? Keep dipping in all them throats. You rolling through throats. Be careful out there. Well, the chat's died down. I'm probably gonna get off here. Fuck it. Y'all boring me. They're saying Israel's gonna attack Iran. Things are heating up. America might be involved. God help us all. Don't do it, Trump. Don't lead Americans. Don't send the troops. Don't send the troops. Let Israel do it if they want to do it so bad. We don't need to send no troops. Oh man, what a mess. There's a big parade for the military this Saturday, 250th birthday of the Army. Liberals are trying to make it about Trump. Liberals have vowed a day of riot. They've also declared the day National Obama Day. Dude, you know what's funny about the liberals? So at first they were like they were saying it's Trump's birthday, so it's a parade for Trump's birthday, but it's actually a parade for the 250th birthday of the military, the Army, and they've been planning it since 2023. Um, but they first said it's Obama Appreciation Day, and then that didn't catch on. Nobody cared about that. So now it's National Riot Day. It's National Burn a Tesla Day. It's National Break the Sidewalk and Throw it at a Cop Day. Sorry, but I don't support throwing bricks at police officers. Sorry. I know that makes me a radical extremist, right wing extremist, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being considered a radical right wing extremist for the crime of not wanting to throw bricks at cops. Call me crazy. I know that makes me a violent extremist, but I don't want to throw bricks at police. I know when I say the word retard or faggot, you think I'm a violent, hateful extremist. Of course, when I said faggot when I was a liberal, no one seemed to mind and no one called me a homophobe. Really weird. But in fact, I said faggot more when I was a liberal, but nobody seemed to care. But now it's a big deal. It means something when I say it now. It has a deeper meaning other than the fact that it just means you're a faggot. And I don't even think you're sucking dick. I don't even think it has anything to do with being gay. You're just a faggot. Like whether or not you suck dick or not, it's the least of my worries. Like you're just a complete faggot retard who's ruining the country with your voting habits and your constant crying, and you're driving us all crazy. And we enjoy your tears, but at the same time, we're like, hey, buddy, maybe calm down a little bit. Don't burn the city down. Like you're burning your own town down. It's crazy. You're burning your own town down, and we're like, hey, stop burning your town down. We're gonna send the military in to stop you from burning your own town down. No, let me burn my town down. No, we're not. It's my town. I know, but there's other people that live here and they don't want it burned down. So we're coming in to stop. We're putting a stop to it. Do you see the rioters? They got a mural down there somebody painted for Kobe Bryant and his daughter. Apparently it's a popular mural. It's been there for years and people like it and stuff. And the rioters drew graffiti all over it and ruined it. And there's some video of some guy walking up to it going, look at this shit, these pieces of shit. And then I think he said, get all these motherfuckers out of here, Trump, or something like that. See, stuff like that. If you want to lose more black voters, go deface some more Kobe Bryant murals while you wave your little Mexican flag. Black people don't want you here either. You think it's just white people? Black people don't want you illegals here. Nobody wants you illegals here. The only people that want you illegals here are white liberals. That's it. Everybody else wants you gone. I mean, there's countless videos on social media of black women screaming at illegal aliens, telling them they're going to call Trump on them. Tons of them like that. Black women don't want you here. Black women got enough problems. If they can get rid of you, that's one less problem they got to deal with. Black women got a lot of problems. It's hard being a black woman. You know that. You know that. If you don't, you know now. I'm bringing awareness to the cause of the black woman. And the illegal aliens are just making black women's life even worse, just adding more problems for them. There's tons of videos of black women arguing with illegal aliens. I don't know if they're illegal aliens. I guess they're Mexican. Black women don't like Mexicans. I'm not sure black women like anybody, quite frankly, though. A lot of anger in black women. Where America first doesn't mean no allies. Don't help your allies. It just means America first. Get over Israel. I mean, the obsession with Israel is weird. Like obsession with hating it, obsession with loving it. If you're not from there, just I don't think about Israel much because it doesn't really matter to me. It's a country halfway across the world, some little ass country. But people really invested in Israel. They either love it, hate it, but man, they're invested one way or another. I'm one of the weird people that don't care either way. I don't hate Israel. I don't love Israel. I don't think about them much. We give them money and stuff. As I've explained this many times. If you want to know why they give money to Israel and they have this allegiance to Israel, like they care about Israel and they want to protect Israel, it's in your Bible. That's where all that comes from. This is about the Bible. This is like a spiritual thing. So that's why it's never going to stop because these people believe all that stuff. Whether you believe it is irrelevant, they believe it, and they feel like they have an obligation to like God or something. I guess. Yeah. But doesn't Israel get destroyed or something in the Bible? I don't know. I'm not a Bible thumper, but I believe Israel gets like destroyed, and then that ushers in the end of the world. All these politicians believe it. They believe it on both sides. I think there's people like I don't know. I'd have to really look into the prophecy, but like there's people that want to protect Israel based on these prophecies, but there's also people who want to destroy Israel, and I think the people that want to destroy it, I think they kind of believe in some of this stuff too. Like I don't know, it's fucking weird. People lost their minds, really. They're invested in all this weird shit. And they want to usher it in, I think. They want to usher in Armageddon. Crazy. Fucking crazy. You're not indifferent. You hate Israel. Just be honest about it. Who cares? Hate who you want. I don't give a shit. Hate who you want. I don't feel like playing Rust. What else I got? What else I got? What? I'm trying to remember what PS5 games I got so I can re-download them. What they got on this PS Plus for free right now? What they giving away? Nothing. Bunch of trash. Man, I tried to play at Hogwarts Legacy. Oh my god, I couldn't get past the fucking. They kept stuff like hats and canes and stuff kept unlocking. It's like you unlock this and you unlock this, and it 20 straight times it unlock this, unlock, and I finally just turned it off and said, hell, I can't even play it. I can't even get past all the unlocking little trinkets and shit. You know how you get a game sometimes and you load it up and it's like, oh, you pre-ordered and you unlock this and you unlock that. Well, that's what it's doing. Literally, over and over again. You press X, you go, okay, thank you. And then it pops up again. And you hit X. And then you just endless things are being unlocked. And you're just trying to start the game and press play. And you're in the opening title screen unlocking things are unlocking. And it's telling you this is unlocked. This is unlocked now. And this is unlocked now. I don't care, bro. I don't give two fucks, bro. I would have played it if it didn't do that, but I got sick of it. After you hit X 20 times, skipping through all this shit, and it just keeps coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. I give up. Clearly, you don't want me to play Hogwarts Legacy. I give up. I quit. There really is nothing to play. We need that Gears of War bad. We need that next gen Rush bad. There ain't shit. There ain't a damn thing. What about this Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings? This game any good? Oh, I got to upgrade to play it. I'm not paying more. No. It looks like shit, quite frankly. I did play that Star Wars game a little bit. It was alright. They got all kinds of free fucking games on here. Hey, does that Last of Us they remastered that for PS5, right? Does that have like the combat of part two in it? Like it has the graphics, but has it got the same combat? We blow a guy's arm off and shit. Because if it does, I'll play that shit. I'll beat that game again. Fuck it. That's Last of Us Two's got great gameplay, terrible fucking story though. Terrible story. It's actually sad, because the combat and the gameplay's fun, but that story's so boring. You can't get invested in it. Terrible game. Man, I want to see PS5 games. I don't want to see best of PlayStation. God of War. Maybe I should play that. Never beat it. They got this. They got the sequel on here too. They really didn't add you can like blow a guy's leg off or something. They added everything else, the AI and all that, but they didn't add that. You know how dumb that is? Last of Us 2 is crazy when you like blow a guy's leg off and he's laying there and he's like screaming. Ah! It's pretty realistic. Guy screaming, like, help me! Ah! That's a gory ass game. Ain't nobody want to play no PS2 game. Get out of here. PS3 games. We played them already. Well, what kind of Resident Evil they got on here? The fuck is Deadcraft? Looks terrible. Looks terrible. The man who erased his name. Huh. Far Cry 6 any good? Maybe I'll play that. That ain't good? Assassin's Creed, man. They ran that into the ground, huh? I used to get excited for that. They ran that into the ground. They pumped so many of them out. My God. You don't need a new Assassin's Creed every year. That's fucking crazy. They did it though. They said, hell, fuck it. I beat Far Cry 4, and I think I beat number 3 too. But is 6 worth playing? Got the guy from Breaking Bad in it. Rainbow Six Siege X. They trying to make that look like a new game or something. That's just that old ass game. Editor's choice. Oh damn! I can spend 71 cents and get the premium. What they got on there? What you got on premium? GTA 3 Definitive Edition. Ooh, whoop de doo da day. That's not worth 71 cents to me. I bet there ain't a single game on here that I'm gonna feel is worth 71 cents to play right now. I bet you. I bet you ain't got nothing. All I see is a lot of old ass games from the ancient times. I was a child playing some of these. Fuck. I don't want to play them again. I'm good on that. No thanks. Dying Light 2. Was that it? Was that any good? I don't remember hearing a lot about that. It's on here for free, so it must suck, huh? Must be terrible. Some of these games look awful. Like, who the fuck want to play this shit? Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. Peppa Pig, the game. My friend Peppa Pig. What if that's so? What if I had spent the 71 cents just to play that? And I streamed my friend Peppa Pig. And I got into it and I put 10,000 hours into my friend Peppa Pig. And they got a lot of old ass games on this motherfucker. Old ass PS1 games suck though. Like if they had some old ass Nintendo games or something, I might be into that. Those 2D games, they age well, but the 3D stuff does not age well at all. You really got to play that when it comes out, or you just ain't gonna play it. That's why you got to remaster these games. You want to get people to play them. You got to bring them into the future. Because the graphics are atrocious. PS1 graphics. Then there's Ellen Page before she cut her tits off and pretended to be a man. Crazy, huh? It's actually crazy. And she wasn't even ugly. It's a weird thing. You know, she's one of those girls that probably thought she was hideous. She probably was like, I look like a boy. I got no tits and stuff. And she convinced herself, I need to become a man. And now she actually does look atrocious. Like, what in the world? What'd she do to herself? She fucked herself up. Irreversible damage. She could have lived life on easy mode, but instead she decided to live a fake hard life where she pretended to be trapped in the wrong body. It's so fucking weird, man. It really is weird. To choose to make your life harder for no reason at all when you're a hot girl and could live life on easy mode. Why not just live life on fucking easy mode, man? Why not just make a sandwich and watch Murder She Wrote all day while your husband goes to work? I don't understand. Women like want to go work at a job and want to slave away, and they don't even have to, and they're weird. They choose to do it. Men have to do it. We can't choose. We can't choose not to, or people clown us, so we have to. Nobody clowns a woman for sitting at home watching Murder She Wrote all day. Nobody has anything to say. Nobody cares. That's what you're supposed to be doing, actually. Ain't that wild? That's what they're supposed to do. That's what you expect out of a woman. If you heard, yeah, her husband works all day, she stays home with the kids, watches Murder She Wrote. Yeah, that seems normal. Nobody would even think twice about it. These games suck. These games suck ass. You can do better than that. Let me tell you that right now. You know Black Ops 6 sucks. It's on sale for $38.49 fucking cents. God, I bet that shit sucks dick. God, that Gears of War. When's that come out? August 26th. What a great day that'll be. I'm taking the day off work. I'm taking 26th and 27th off work. I got to figure out how to get $40 before this weekend so I can pre-order this motherfucker and play the beta. There's a beta this weekend, and I don't have 40. If it would have been next week, I'd have it. I still want to play that Helldivers game. Never got to play that. Why is it showing me games I can buy? I'm not buying any of this. I want to see the free games. What the? Oh, you can filter by PS5. All right, here we go. PS5 game. I'm not impressed by the selection of free games for the premium subscription, the highest price subscription. You got nothing here. You got nothing that stands out and makes you go, oh, hell. And I said I wanted PS5 games, and they're still showing me old ass games, and they're just pretending they're PS5. Fuck these clowns, bro. I'm buying an Xbox. Cypher Filter 2 is not a PS5 game, bro. So you can quit fucking lying. Tekken 2 is not a PS5 game. Suck my dick with your lies and misinformation. I said filter, show me only PS5. And it can't do that. It can't handle that. Not a single game worth getting premium for. Not a single game. They couldn't throw one game in that makes you go, I gotta get that premium. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, you can play Odd War, Abe's Odyssey or some shit. Oh yeah. Oh, can't wait. Can't wait to not play that. God, I'm about to get on Fortnite. Fuck it. Damn, look, they added Superman in there. Ain't nothing else to play but Fortnite. I mean, there's some stuff I guess to play, but you gotta buy it. You got to buy it. God, they're making Death Stranding 2? What in the world? That game was weird. I'm not saying it was bad, but it was a weird ass game. So, oh damn, they're making another One of them ghost games, a samurai game. They got a new one coming out. When's this come out? Hell, I never beat the first one. This come out in October. Man, maybe I should play that game. Dude, them graphics look crazy. That game was good. It just shut my PS4 down, so I never got to play it. Does it look good on PS5? Did they update it for PS5? I think they're making another Silent Hill game. What else they got coming out down the road here? Tony Hawk 3-4 remaster. I'm not seeing none now. That's all y'all got coming? Oh, GTA. Gaming ain't what it used to be, I tell you that. I can remember a time when, God, there were so many games that you couldn't even play them all. You didn't have money to buy all that. You didn't have time. There's just so many games. And now, it is what it is. Now you got a bunch of shit that, God, I mean, here's a game right here, My Recycling Center. You work in a recycling center on a game. Like, yeah, that's what I want to do. If I wanted to do that, I'd go get a job at a recycling center and get paid and play a fucking game. What the fuck? I'm not impressed by the games. I'm not. There's a lot of trash. There's a lot of garbage that you got to wade through on this fucking store. Hey, there's that Mind's Eye game. Ain't that one game? I didn't know this was out already. You can buy this already. This that one game, right? At the Rock. Dude, the graphics look good. It's supposed to be like a Grand Theft Auto type of game. It actually looks kind of sick. I ain't spending 60 on it. I don't have 60. Oh, it just came out on the 10th. That's today, right? Yesterday. Mind's Eye. Oh, it's got terrible reviews. 3.15 out of 5. That's not good. Can I see some gameplay? No gameplay. No gameplay video. Wow, it looks crazy. Graphics look wow. Tell you what, it looks pretty sick. I mean, it looks pretty good, but I don't know. It probably seemed kind of basic too, though. Great graphics, though. Eh, nah. That's a game. The more you look at it, the more you realize, no, that probably sucks. Actually, nah. I mean, it's probably you'd probably play it for like an hour, and then you go, I'm bored. Wow, this Doom game looks pretty sick. Doom: The Dark Age. Look at this shit. Wow. Why does everybody keep telling me to play Doom? Like, oh, you gotta get Doom. That motherfuckers. Everybody been telling me to play that. It's the obsession with Doom. I never was a Doom guy. Never got into it. I played it like the first one. It was alright back in the day. Oh, they made a PS5 upgrade for Days Gone. That game was alright. Chains of Freedom. Bottom line is there's nothing to play. I mean, it's just all we need that Gears. I love breakfast at Tiffany's. What's she cooking? Yeah, that Mind's Eye looked generic. The video. If you send me 50, will I play Gears of War or GIF of War? What is GIF of War? What game's that? I'm buying Gears. Huh? That's a day one for me. I'm a fan of that. Used to play it all the time. No games taking that. That's a day one. Day one, sir. If I had 40 to spare this week, I'd pre-order it and play it this weekend, but I don't. I'm poor. I had to pay my rent. Had to pay the rent. That ate my whole check. My whole check gone. That ate that check. But you got to have a place to live. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Sit on the street? So we had to pay the rent. Now next week I'll have $40, and I think next weekend they're doing a beta too. So I guess I'll play that one. You know what game I might download and play? It'll probably take too long to download though tonight. GTA 5. Maybe I'll play that. Rogue's always trying to get me to play that. That'll be another game I download he don't get on. We ought to move the Olympics to another American city, quite frankly. LA doesn't deserve it. They don't deserve it. God, anyone want to get? Let me see if anyone will get on Fortnite. Let's see. No, I don't like Halo. I've played Halo on Xbox. I didn't like it. Beta weekend 1. God, they got Gridlock too. That's the best map. My God, June 13th to June 15th, 7 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's only team deathmatch though. They better put the Warzone and Execution game modes in. Like you got one life. That's how you play Gears. Gears is not team deathmatch. It's like Fortnite. It's stupid.